Today on the BBC, and just over 50 years ago, the UK's first conservation area was declared, and it was declared in Stamford. To further protect it, owners of non-listed buildings will soon need planning permission now to make exterior alterations. And, if approved, will need to use traditional materials.
Well, fortunately, the nearby Collyweston Slate mine has recently reopened after being mothballed for decades. Many of the town's roofs are covered by the slate it produces. Quentin Rayner has been to pay it a visit.
Collyweston slate mining has been a part of the Smith family since the late 1800s. 50 years after it closed, due to a glut of reclaimed slate and spiralling wages, an old face has now been reopened. Modern regulations required a second 80-metre-long access tunnel to be excavated.
So Nigel, how long did it take to excavate this tunnel?
Well, after we got the planning permission, it took about a year to form this tunnel after excavating through the old mine workings.
In the old days, miners had to work on their hands and knees to uncover the slate. Now it's all done mechanically with a remote-controlled electric mining machine.
We're taking away the seam of sand underneath the seam of Collyweston slate log, which will then be dropped and extracted to the surface. That will give us about 15 tonnes of Collyweston slate a month.
Traditionally, slate mines relied on frost to split the stone, but with increasingly warmer winters, the mine now has to use 40-foot-long freezers to split the slate at minus 13 degrees, so that it can be hand-trimmed into 28 different sizes.
An average slate roof will cost up to £40,000, but it'll last you 200 years. The mine is economically viable again because there's now a shortage of reclaimed Collyweston slate. Demand is likely to increase in Stamford from next year, when planning permission will be required for any exterior alterations to non-listed buildings to help protect and preserve the conservation area.
When the mines closed, it was only available by pulling it off other buildings and reworking it. What we're now saying is that there's going to be a new supply of slate coming onto the market so that you are able to re-roof with Collyweston slate.
The mine has already been commissioned to supply and fit King's College, Cambridge with a new slate roof, and it's hoping to secure another order for the house at Old Westbury Gardens on Long Island in New York.
It's the only house outside of the UK with Collyweston slate roof. And also, family-wise as well, that I know my great-grandfather was also involved in the project originally.
It's a traditional skill which has been honed over generations, and Collyweston's revival means that craftsmanship can hopefully last at least as long as a slate roof. Quentin Rayner, BBC Midlands Today, Collyweston.
Cracking stuff. You can't slate that story, can you?
Oh, ba-bum. Collyweston, it's a lovely name, isn't it? And we're saying you can't take a bad picture of Stamford. It's so beautiful.
No, you turn around one corner, you think you've just seen something that's the most beautiful you're ever going to see. And around the corner, there's something even better. Yeah,
I can't believe it is this time of year again.